how are you? My name is Violet and this is my makeup and skincare channel. Welcome. If you're new here, please check back Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays for a new video uploaded first thing in the morning. Let's talk about contouring. Today I want to ask a question. Should I contour? Should you contour? When I was growing up, I was terrified of contouring. I thought to myself, what if I look like a clown? What if it looks muddy and brown and disgusting? What if I make a big mess? What if people think I'm trying too hard? What if because my skin is so fair, it looks ridiculous? What if it makes me look like I have a fake tan? What if it takes away from my natural complexion? What if it just doesn't look good? What if I'm not skilled enough to do it properly? I had so many insecurities and fears growing up about makeup. I feel like contouring was the biggest, scariest makeup dragon that I have ever come across. And this week I decided to face my fears and try contouring to answer the question, is it worth doing? I was very fortunate. I found this Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Contour Palette at Winners for $25. This normally retails $52 at Sephora. By the end of this video, I will know whether or not I am going to be repurchasing this when I use it up, or if that's just too much money. I'm going to read you the colors and do a quick swatch. Fair, Neutral, Banana, Java, Light Sculpt, and Havana. Okay, so that's how dark these darks are going to be on me and how light the lights are. YouTube seems to have about 1 million videos on how to contour, and I think that this might be helpful to you if you're not wondering how to contour, but whether or not it's a good idea for you based on the cost and the results you might get. Because there's 1 million tutorials out there, I figured that this is something that even I could learn to do. So the night before I wanted to start out this little adventure, I checked out a Jaclyn Hill video on how to contour. Unfortunately, I fell asleep, and the next morning I was on my own. So I tried contouring with a basic idea of where the lines should go, but I wasn't entirely sure where I was gonna go. So you can tell I was very carefully applying things and I wasn't going too aggressive. In fact, I started with really light colors when I went in to do the actual contour proper, and I had to go darker eventually. So first day, you know, I don't think it was a bad attempt, and I think it looked very lovely at the end of that. On the second day, well, on the second day, I was watching a video by Brianna Fox, and she went ahead and said that this is the picture that everyone uses to contour, and not everyone can contour this way. And I'm thinking, well, am I everyone or am I not everyone? Let me try. So I looked at her little map while I was contouring, and I hoped for the best. What do you think? Do you think that day two had... You can see day two was very interesting. I was a little bit tired, and you know what? I think the most important beauty tip is to get a good night's sleep and drink lots of water, because if you're tired, it doesn't matter how much makeup you put on, you're still gonna look tired. All right, day three. On the third day, I followed a recipe for contouring if you have a round face, because I think I have a round face, but now that I look at it, it seems to be more of an oval. Maybe it's like a round face with an extra inch forehead on top. I don't know. But I think this worked okay. I didn't like it as much as the first or second day contour, but I don't think it looked terrible either. So the last day of this project, when I went to contour, that was today, I rewatched the Jaclyn Hill video because I still think she's probably the best expert in this field. She pointed out something in that video that I wish I had paid attention to the first time. This cream palette is actually a little bit dry and hard to work with. What she did is she put a drop of makeup oil into each color before she used it, and she mixed it on the side. And I don't have makeup oil because I'm not that fancy, but I did mix some with foundation, and I found that created a much smoother, easier to work with color. And I was very happy when I was applying my contour using the foundation mix. Now, you don't have to have a fancy contour palette to contour. You can certainly contour using some concealer 2 or 3 shades darker than your natural skin tone, and that's gonna work just fine. Just get yourself a nice concealer, stick in a highlighter, and you're good to go. I mean, it's nice to have this, but it's a little bit expensive. So what are my final thoughts on contouring? Well, contouring was difficult. It was so difficult. I don't think I successfully contoured my nose once. Every time I tried to contour my nose, I blended it out too much and you couldn't even tell. Which brings me to my second point. When you're contouring, you have to be so careful, because when you're using a beauty blender, you can just wash that whole thing away and you can't even tell. So I would say that, you know, aside from the difficulty, when you're asking yourself, should you contour, you need to think, how much effort do you want to put into doing a good job on your makeup every day? How How dedicated are you to getting that perfect airbrushed, wonderful, glowy look? I felt very glamorous whenever I contoured, but it did take a lot of time. It took me 10 to 15 minutes on top of my normal routine in the morning to get ready. And because I have 3 little kids, that meant I was getting up at 5 in the morning for you guys. Oh my goodness. That's a lot to ask for every day. So I think this is much more suited to evenings out, to dates, to going out with friends, to piano recitals, to weddings, to funerals. You should contour when it matters, but maybe not all the time, unless you're a YouTuber, in which case you're probably contouring all the time. I'm gonna continue to contour at least until I've finished up this palette because first off, I think it looks nice and I need the practice. I won't be doing it every day, but if I'm doing a YouTube video, I'm probably gonna try it out. And I will not be repurchasing it. I might try a different brand at some point just because I'm curious, but I don't think it is enough of an impact to be worth the money. I think that a bold lipstick is a much better choice if you're trying to make a statement. That being said, I am not great at it, and as I get better, I might fall more and more in love with my Anastasia Beverly Hills contouring palette. So let's say jury's out. $25 from Winners, totally worth it if you can see one on sale. Definitely do your own contouring experiment and see what you think. But at full price, I don't know. That's a big ask. Go with the concealer stick. Much better option if you're gonna try it. Contouring, it's fun. Should you do it? Don't let the fact that you've never done it before be a deterrent. You can learn how to do anything these days. Just watch some YouTube videos, look at some diagrams, play with it, try it. I think it's a fun thing to learn to do. I don't think there's any harm in it. Don't worry about your complexion and whether contouring looks good. You're just creating shadows. The only thing you need to be concerned with is matching your contouring palette to your skin tone, otherwise it might look strange. But because I wasn't going for a tanned look, you know, during the summer I might have more tan skin, in which time I'd need to use a different color. But because it's winter, it was pretty easy to match up the colors that I needed to use with the colors that were available to me. Just match your colors well and you'll have no problem whatsoever doing your own contouring situation. Now, I don't think I look like a clown. I don't think I look ridiculous. I don't think it was a complete waste of time, but you, wonderful viewer, you, my friend, might think differently, so judge for yourself whether or not this is a good choice for you. What are your thoughts? Do you already contour? Do you want to learn to contour? Is it something that you have avoided like the plague? Let me know in the comments below. Let's start a conversation. Let's talk about drawing lines on our faces and blending them in. It's good, jolly, happy times. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel by hitting the red button and the bell. It really helps me out on this YouTube adventure and it gives me a lot of hope. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, and I'll see you soon. Ta-ta!